Welcome into week 4 of EndZone. Game of the week, more like game of the year. The Starkville Yellow Jackets visiting the Louisville Wildcats, Power Cats, whatever you want to call them. The game's an instant classic. The Tupelo Golden Wave hosting the Oxford Chargers. Whole lot of blue in that one. And New Albany and Itawamba. All that and more coming up.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota, Fastnet, powered by 4 County, Scruggs Farm Lawn and Garden in Tupelo, nothing runs like a deer, and Clark Beverage Group.
Thanks for staying up late with us. It's week 4 of EndZone. John Sokoloff and Grace Ibarra hanging out with you on this Friday night. Game of the week or game of the year?
I think game of the year.
We could have said it was game of the year going into it just because of how good both Louisville and Starkville have been, not just this year, but throughout the last few years. And this one was incredibly exciting. We'll get to the highlights in a moment. But before we do, what storyline stuck out to you the most about these two teams squaring off?
I know we always talk about the storyline of Tyrone Shorter and Chris Jones going way back when Tyrone Shorter was his high school coach at Noxubee County. But the storyline that stuck out to me the most is the fact that Louisville has not lost a game in 2 years. 29 straight wins. The last loss to Starkville in this exact same game 2 years ago on their own field. So they wanted to make sure it didn't happen again, but Starkville was pretty upset about losing that game at home to Louisville last year. So both these teams really hungry for a win.
You got a bunch of storylines in there in a very short amount of time. That was impressive. So not only was it 2 years ago, it was 2 years and 4 days ago.
I'm glad we'd be precise about it.
And it was Starkville at Louisville. Deja vu.
And I was at that exact same game.
Look at that.
I know.
All of that.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
All the same. Well, how about we get out to the highlights?
WCBI's High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
Check out this beautiful brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Got me to Louisville and back safe and in style. Go get one at Carl Hogan Toyota. Starkville Yellow Jackets taking on the Louisville Power Cats, trying to break their win streak. First quarter, first play for the Jackets. Jalen Ruffin fires deep. He's got DJ Hairston done. Races down the sideline. He easily wins that race. 80-yard bomb.
He's so fast, man.
Insane. Jackets go up 7-0. Tyrone Shorter not too happy about it, so he draws this one up. Hand off to Corbin Sanders. Punches it in from 8 yards out. They go for 2 and they get it, so Louisville goes up 8-7. Power Cats back with the ball. Xavier Hunt connects with Aiden Coleman, the tight end. Fends off 1 tackle, 2, 3. And he is finally tracked down just short of the end zone. But that sets up this play right here. Hunt finds Mitchell Turner, the D lineman, for the touchdown.
Love a big man touchdown.
I love a big man touchdown. Louisville up 14-7. They're loving it. Jalen Ruffin back with the ball. He's looking around. He sees DJ Harrison. Look at that snag. One-handed.
Unreal. Another touchdown in the first half.
He's the walking highlight. Tie game at 14. This one went down to the wire. In the end, it's Louisville. They keep the win streak alive, 42-41 over Starkville.
What an insane game. All right, Tupelo hosting the Oxford Chargers. The Oxford Chargers were driving early, but the Tupelo defense, so much blue. Tupelo defense, though, holding strong there. You got to love it if you're Ty Harden. A few plays later, Noah Gillum, the Boonville transfer, hands it off to J.J. Hill. He takes it in for 6 yards for a touchdown. This was all Golden Wave, Grace. They win it 34-10. They're looking pretty strong.
Look at them go.
How about we get out to Columbus and Lafayette, shall we?
These really do.
They do look like the Ravens uniforms.
I think it's the font on the number, too. That's just very similar.
No doubt.
But they're not the Ravens, I promise.
Well, Jamario Latham looks like he could play on the Ravens on this play with his explosiveness. All right, I was probably getting a little ahead of myself, but he moves the chains. 4th and goal, Henderson trying to run it in, but he is stuffed by that Commodores defense. But it was Columbus who ends up getting it done, 20-14.
You know, I feel like it's homecoming everywhere at this point. Clinton marching down the field. Jacoby Williams takes the handoff, and all arrows point to the end zone. I see what they did there. Clinton arrows, haha.
Look at that.
They decide to go for 2. Joseph Walker dumps it to Philip Birchfield. 2-point conversion is good. Chargers get the ball back. They respond. McCaleb Taylor runs it in the end zone. Touchdown, Grenada. Arrows still lead by 1. Later on in the second quarter, Chargers back in the red zone. Taylor on the carry. He runs it in for the Charger touchdown. Grenada taking the lead. Chargers back with the ball, and McCaleb Taylor again getting the handoff. And he marches to the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Grenada showed no mercy. 55-22 the final score.
Scorigami.
Yeah, sure is.
Scorigami right down there in Clinton. Houston topping Saltillo 45-6. We got another one in here. West Point beating Neshoba Central 21-7. Caledonia falling to New Hope 49-0. How about we get up to Itawamba, Grace?
More homecoming. I know you're shocked.
I love homecoming.
Itawamba hosting New Albany. John Austin Wood picks up the snap that gets a little bit too high for him, and he throws it 50 yards downfield, and it's caught. Somehow turns what should be maybe a turnover into
at least a busted
touchdown.
Play. Yeah.
Insane. Early second quarter, John Austin Wood throws a screen pass to Caden Prestige. He breaks free, takes it to the house. The ref's trying to keep up with him there. Just barrels into the end zone. But Itawamba, I know we just showed these 2 really awesome highlights. They actually end up falling. New Albany wins it 38-21, spoiling their homecoming.
Man, so much homecoming. How about just some fans here? Some North Pontotoc fans over there waving at the WCBI camera. Taking on Pontotoc. First series, Andrew Winfin with a short toss. But they couldn't score. Warriors get the ball back. Markavian Jones, look at the man run, Grace. All the way.
No one's getting him.
Down that sideline. 7-0 Pontotoc. The Warriors would get the ball back later, but they cough it up, putting the Vikings in great field position. Kylan Jones sets them up with 1st and goal. And then Winfin takes it near the goal line. Can he punch it in? He can. That makes it 7-7. But this was all Pontotoc. The Warriors outscored the Vikings for the rest of this game 42-7.
It's insane.
Yeah, big time.
Poured it on.
Talk about pouring it on. How about Rod Cook's team with South Pontotoc
I'm glad
beating
we
Holly
finally
Springs?
got a final score. I think I was searching every crevice of the internet for this score.
Hey, we got a great production team who helps get a lot of great scores for us.
Huge win for South Pontotoc.
Big time, big time. They covered 49.5 as well. All right, coming up next here on EndZone, Choctaw County and Winona. If you like points, this game was the one for you. Noxubee County State commit Camario Taylor and his Tigers hosting Shannon and the Amory Panthers. Slow start against Aberdeen. Could they bounce back? All those highlights coming up next.
Welcome back into EndZone to Choctaw County. We go. They're hosting Winona. Second quarter, Chargers up 27-21. Matthew Coleman kickoff, and it's an onside kick.
Look at
Chargers recovery.
I don't bring up onside kicks around a Colts fan like you.
Why would you do that right now?
Super Bowl, obviously.
KJ Court gets the snap. Let's keep moving.
He keeps moving.
He scrambles. He's knocked out of bounds. Unlike Hank Basket, though, in the Super Bowl, they recovered that onside kick. More from the Chargers. Cork finds Severian Miller, and he's down inside the 5-yard line. To cap it off, Cork with the good old QB sneak. That's very Eagles of them. And he's in for the score.
Push.
2-point conversion is good. Yeah, I'm sure they got Jason Kelsey in there somewhere. Choctaw County gets the dub, 35-21 over Winona.
All right, how about we get to Noxubee County, shall we? The Tigers hosting the Shannon Red Raiders. First drive for the Tigers. Camario Taylor looking for Michael Dancy over the middle. That's a big game. Dancy goes dancing. Noxubee County wants a slice of the pie.
I knew you were going to say Dancy dancing.
Did you know I was going to say they want a slice of the pie?
Yeah, you've said that one a couple times.
All right, Ladarian Mosley.
Mosey's
Always
on
explosive.
in.
There you go.
We need to stop. Someone should stop us. Mute our mics or something.
Next drive for the Tigers. That would be confusing for the viewer. You know it's not. Eric Duck, after catching the ball, it's not confusing because you know he's going to sprint to the end zone.
Do you have a pun here now for Eric Duck?
Don't. Ducking his way to the 5-yard line, perhaps. But Cameron Smith finds the end zone, finishes the job. 12-0 Tigers. They win big, 55-7. No puns to end it, just a Tiger win.
Let's get out to Amory for the A game. They're hosting Aberdeen. Braden Moranto. Pass complete to Javen Azell. Braden back with the ball, back to pass. Fires, and it is picked off by Pargo Gavin.
Oh, man.
He takes it the other way for 6. Aberdeen on the board first, 8-0. Aberdeen back with the ball now. Payne Kobe. Back to pass. He finds Sykes Chris, who gets around the end into the end zone. 14-0 Aberdeen. Now, slow start for Amory, but they come back with vengeance. They win it 51-28.
Big time response by the Panthers. Ton of points indeed. Mantachi and Smithville. A lot of defense here. Colton Baxter getting the big TFL for Mantachi right there. And then it was Smithville showing off its defense as well. Walker Wall says, "I don't think so, pal." And then Carson Spann for the Seminoles. Trying to make something happen here, and the pass is intercepted. Colton Baxter takes it to the end zone for the touchdown. 7-7. Not sure what the final from this one was. Oh, we got a final. Great. 21-14. Smithville ends up winning it. All right, Walnut Belmont. Not really sure what's going on there sound-wise, but first quarter for the Cardinals. Derek Alvarez hits Andrew Moreno. Beautiful over-the-shoulder catch. And then the Cardinals go for 2. Moreno takes it in. 8-0 home team. Wildcats would respond. Adrian Palmer looking for Connor Gordon for the touchdown. He finds him. 2-point conversion would fail, though. 8-6 Cardinals. Second quarter, Moreno bowls his way in the end zone, 14-6. And on the conversion, it looks like it's going to be a handoff, but instead,
wide open, nobody saw him.
Alex is all alone. 16-6 before the quarter ended.
Night?
What'd you say?
So it's like Cowboy Night in the student section.
That's right. Wildcats get in the end zone, but Belmont goes on to win big, 40-18. Some more scores for you. Let's do it. East Webster beat Baldwin 55-6. Calhoun City topped Nettleton 40-7. Boonville and Ripley, low-scoring game. Blue Devils win it 18-15. And Moorville falling to Tishomingo County 40-30. All right, coming up next here on EndZone, Hamilton. Tough loss last week to Boonville. Could they respond on the road at Nanawoya? TCPS with a tough test at home tonight against Magnolia Heights. And we'll go out to West Alabama as well. Stay with us.
Welcome back into EndZone. Let's get out to Nanawoya. Warriors hosting Hamilton. Early on, Nanawoya third down. Cade Massey back to pass. And he would be picked off by Hunter Barnes.
Big play by the Flipper Snappers Lions.
Lions take over. Yeah, I know. Flippo was probably so happy when he recorded that. Hamilton's turn now on offense. Trent Jones would get the handoff up the middle. 37 yards to the house for the score. 2-point conversion. No good, so Lions take a 6-0 lead. Warriors back on offense. Bryson Bowler gets the handoff, and he is bowling. That's probably not the right adjective.
Bowling his way on. If you said it with enough confidence, I wouldn't question you.
Picks up the first down in Lions territory. Nanawoya would trail 6-0 after the first quarter, and Hamilton gets it done 30-15, the final score.
Big comeback win for the Lions. They really played their best football down the stretch.
Here's another shutout for you, John.
There you go. Oh, are you sure we had more than one? I'm kidding. It's a joke back from the 10 o'clock show. You had to be there. Hatley wins 20-0. And Bruce beat Thrasher 39-12. Grace, another scoregami. We have 2 scorigamis of the night.
I like that one.
Look at that. East Union beat Alcorn Central 49-14. Eupora falling to Water Valley 48-46. Hope you bet the over, folks.
Man.
Jeez. All right, let's get out to some more highlights. TCPS against Magnolia Heights. I'll just tell you, it wasn't pretty. Late second quarter, Eagles down 28-0. Jeb Brown to Nathan Cornelison for a short game. Then again, Brown to Cornelison makes a catch, but it pops loose. Visitors would capitalize and make it 35-0. This was all Magnolia Heights beating TCPS 35-0. Tough night for the Eagles indeed. Couple more scores. Noxapater over Okolona 56-6. Vardaman, the Rams top Faulkner 14-7. Independence beating Biggersville 40-24. And French Camp Academy falling to Pisgah 39-6. And when we come back on EndZone, we'll be taking a look at some West Alabama and Academy schools. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to EndZone. Tobias Smith talking to his players here. Heritage went from 0-10 last year. Now they're looking for a 4-1 start. There we go. I corrected myself.
I think it's 5-1.
Okay, never mind.
They were 4-1 to come in today.
Look at that. Aiden Westmoreland was like, what are you guys talking about our record for? I just had a 30-yard play. Thompson Regenball finds Xavier Weber on that play there for another 30 yards. Then Regenball finds Charlie Fowler. That's just a dime.
No idea how he caught that ball, but he did.
A dime, man. A dime in traffic.
Perfectly placed.
Heck of a snag. Heritage's defense came up large a couple of times as well. So this game actually came down to the wire to the end of the fourth quarter, and it was the Patriots who end up eking it out 28-25.
Now to Hartfield Academy. They're hosting Starkville Academy. And the Hawks came out of the gate strong. Katie Catchings rips off a huge run. They go up 7-0. Later in the first, Kenzie West shreds the Vols defense, brings in another touchdown for the
athletic,
Hawks.
man.
Yeah, they're not catching him. Things just got out of hand quickly. But don't get too comfortable. The Vols are still hanging in there. Blake Little finally gets something going. Finds himself wide open. Volunteers on the board in the second quarter, but that is the only touchdown they would score all game. 58-7 Hartfield, the final score.
Big win for Hartfield. All right, Tri-County against Winston Academy. Tri-County Academy undefeated. Bryce Warrener gives it to Cooper Johnson. He'll get to the outside. He will turn on the Jets. And 64-yard later, he's got an appointment with the EndZone.
Those kind of look like Ole Miss uniforms.
They do.
I was thinking that.
The blue ones. I don't know why my voice cracked there. It was a perfectly normal thing to say, but whatever. Rebels in business with big plays to start this one. Warner throwing a beauty.
Oh, and they're the Rebels?
Yeah, to an awaiting Braden Walsh.
Okay, they're just copying Ole Miss at this point.
Slides for the catch. Hey, if it helps them win games, they'll be down for it. Tri-County Academy ends up winning this one over Winston Academy, 47-13. Some more scores for you tonight. Benton, is that our first shutout?
No, I think that's the third shutout.
Third?
Well,
okay.
actually.
It's the third that I can think of, that's right. Oh, that's the fourth. Never mind. Oak Hill Academy beat Rossville Christian. I promise this is the first time that we're seeing this score of the night. Keep these scores running in here for you, or we may be going out to Berry and South Lamar after this Vincent and Sullivan 29-6 game.
Well, let's get out to Berry and South Lamar. It's homecoming. I know you're shocked. Caleb Bale rips off a 20-yard run right up the middle. And you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give the ball right back up to him for the 8-yard gain. Stallions cooking, but you know what? It looks like Berry caught onto it. They stuff him up the middle. South Lamar keeps cooking, though. Caleb Bale with another 5-yard run. And then quarterback Kylan Krim pitches it back to Caleb for the 5-yard touchdown run. But Berry would score a lot more of those than South Lamar. Stallions fall 50-18 to Berry at home on homecoming.
Tough loss for the Stallions, no doubt. Pickens County beat Brilliant 22-0, and I believe
another shutout.
Another one. That's our fifth, I think.
Another one, DJ.
Another one. And I think that Gordo rolled past midfield. I don't know if you had official final. 61-15 or something like that. Sorry, Gordo Green Wave fans. It was something along the lines.
It was bad,
I know y'all took care of business. How about that? Speaking of teams taking care of business, let's get to our Fastnet speed play of the night. Grace, I mean, this was just ridiculous.
I think DJ Harrison is just in our top 5 plays rent-free every week. Should we make him start paying rent?
He might have to. I mean, you know, he's inhabiting our segment.
Yeah.
The Fastnet Speed Play, brought to you by Fastnet, powered by 4 County. Fast, affordable internet service from the people you know.
Man, that game was just so awesome. I mean, when you were there tonight looking at both teams, do you think those teams had the look of a couple of the best teams in the state?
Has to be. I mean, they're consistently in the state championship game, and when you pit the two of them against each other and you keep getting these instant classics year after year, last year, I believe the deficit was 4 that Starkville lost by. The year before, 1 point. This year, again, 1 point. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
No, it does not. And there's so many storylines when these teams play each other as well. And the fact that these games are so close, I think, going off what you just said there a little bit, it just shows how talented both of these squads are. Who do you got for team of the night?
Team of the night, I have to go with Louisville.
You do,
I know.
course.
Maybe biased, I was down there, but 30 wins in a row.
Insane.
You don't do that every day. It's insane. 30 wins in a row, 2 of them being state championships. And the road after facing Starkville, they're going to get into district play.
Yeah.
Not to say it gets easier, but you get rid of those teams that are, tougher.
Yep. My team of the night is New Albany. Thank you so much for tuning in to EndZone. We'll see you next week.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota, Fastnet, powered by Ford County, and Clark Beverage Group.